In today's episode of Straight Trippin' Versus, the boys learn how to groom themselves. Mark does some extra road work to improve his cardio. Sean decides it's better to crush your opponents with a toe hold than tap into a calf slicer. And let's just say it wasn't just Mark's ego that got crushed during this roll. Let's get into it.
I must be tripping.
Great. It's the Goon Squad.
Goon Squad.
What's up with the Goon Squad?
We are the Goon Squad and we're coming to town.
Hello and welcome to Straight Trippin'. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Ring that bell. Today we have Sean and Mark battling it out for dominance here. But first, they of course need to fix their finely coiffed hair as they begin to pummel for collar ties, and Sean just decides to take a seat.
You're just going to sit there and not do anything.
Mark takes a seat and then immediately backs away once Sean starts to advance. They hand fight a little bit here, but Sean refuses to let Mark pass easily. He's trying to circle, and then Sean just postures up like he's going to stand, and Mark backs away quickly. Again, a little bit of hand fighting here, and they start getting silly. They start shaking each other's hands, making each other's acquaintance once again.
Have we met before?
Oh, I think I remember.
After this foolishness settles down here, Mark's trying to figure out a way to enter the guard here. Sean's really dangerous, black belt, and everybody knows it, so it's definitely important to make sure you get a good entry, and here he does. Sean goes to turtle immediately. I'm not allowing Mark to just pass the guard. Mark has a paper cutter, trying to roll him over. Gets him down to his side, circles around to the back. Sean's not having it. He goes to his back to avoid that. Comes back up to his knees, ends up on top. Mark's on his back now. Definitely not where Mark wants to be hanging out here. Sean outweighs him quite a bit.
What are you saying? I'm fat. I'm a fat pig.
He definitely knows how to use his weight, his advantage. Mark's trying to use his butterflies here, but Sean looks like he's going to knee cut right through there. Andrew's trying to sweep them both off the mats, but they manage to stay in the center square. Sean's now bringing the pressure down, taking the space away. Mark's thinking ninja choke here, but Sean's not going to give that to him. That's a real battle to try to get that one from this position here. Sean's just being patient and heavy. And then as soon as that grip loosens up a bit, he pops his head out of there and starts climbing up higher. Sean climbs to high mount, gets his arms up over Mark's head, establishes really good control. Just being patient with control and pressure. Mark's trying to be patient as well. Doesn't want to get smashed in this position. Wants to try to maintain some sort of frames between him and Sean. And they're both being very patient here. Sean's just taking inches away at a time. He windshield wipers his leg over to the other side here now. He's knee on belly and goes into side control. As soon as Mark tries to turn, Sean gets back into mount again, applying that pressure. You can see Sean just framing his head on the mat for extra base. Now he's hand fighting, looking to get Mark's hand to the mat. Mark's fighting, trying to keep that from happening. Sean's starting to climb up higher to a technical mount, and then he shin whizzers for a second there. Mark manages to go to turtle and sweeps Sean. Really impressive move there. And he falls back for an ankle lock, heel hook, sits up, looks like he's perhaps trying to set up a calf slicer here, but Sean's pulling out of it. But no, there's the calf slicer. You get it locked in, and Sean sees that foot hanging out there and goes for the toe hold and gets it. Nice try by Mark, but leaving that foot dangling there is just simply too enticing for Sean to ignore. And Mark immediately runs away as Sean tries to advance. He circles around, comes back, throws Sean to the mat. He's holding an ankle now, looking to see how he's going to pass the guard. He goes for a heel hook again. Perhaps he's trying to set up another calf slicer.
I tried that once already. It didn't end well.
Sean just remains calm in this position. He's never seems to be in a panic to move. Always very deliberate with his movements. And Mark tries to roll through there, anaconda style, but no control on the leg. And then some incidental contact.
Oh yeah, right in the balls, man. Right square in the balls.
And Mark is down and out for a minute here. We resume our regularly scheduled program a few moments later. As they're on the feet, and Sean just decides to take a seat here and pull guard. Mark's trying to call him up, but Sean's not having it. Mark's a judo guy too, so maybe Sean just doesn't want any of that smoke.
Okay.
Mark's posting on the forehead here. Sean's just threatening a little bit, reaching out. Mark's still just maintaining his distance here. Not ready for the interaction. Now he looks like he's just about ready to get in there. Face the fire, the inferno that is Sean.
It burns! It burns!
He's got a hold of that ankle there, tries to knee slice through. No luck. Again, he goes attacking the ankle here. It's an ankle day for Mark. Sean again, no concern on his face, just relaxed. Stands up, gets out of that hold easily. And now he's looking to pass guard. Mark's trying to post on the legs with his feet. Sean steps aside. Again, looks like he's going to knee slice. Then he goes. Mark turns it around on him, goes for another heel hook. Sean's just sitting back, framing on the legs and pushing the legs down. Really thwarting the attack there from Mark. But he's persistent. He's still going after it. He hasn't given up on that yet, but I think sometimes you need to know when you've lost the hold.
You got to know when to hold 'em.
Sean is now just about on top. Past the guard. There it is. The mount. Got an arm. Got Mark's arm up over his head, looks like. Perhaps going for an arm triangle. Sean's just super patient with these positions. He will pressure you and force you to try to recover frames. And it seems like each time you move, he takes a bit of that space away and just makes your life a little bit more miserable.
Misery? You call this misery?
You can see Mark's right arm is super compromised right now. Almost looked like he was about ready to tap. Instead, he decides to put his left arm in as a frame, try to make some space. Sean steps off to the side, and there's that arm triangle. Beautiful. You can see that it was super tight right from the beginning, because as soon as he locked it up with the figure four, Mark tapped. Sean starts to put on the pressure, but time runs out here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.